hour after the live. I greatly appreciate it. Please make sure to hit that like button, as it will greatly help push us through the analytics, and it'll help us move through the algorithm, and it'll really help us push this great community and allow us to have a bigger reach. Let me change the background here. I think it'll be a little bit easier to see if I don't have that on in the background. Let's just do this real quick. But please make sure you hit that like button. Harvey, welcome in, as we're going to go over pretty quickly here XRP, Bitcoin, and to see exactly what's going on the daily close. But I just wanted to change this background real quick. There we go. Put something that makes sense to the channel. CJ2 Pilot, welcome in. It's good to see you in here. The Strength 050, or the Stranger, welcome in. Nick, Mo, XRP Stu, good evening. So what we're looking at here for XRP on this Black Friday here. Taki, welcome in. Matt Hamilton. Angela, welcome in. Love, good evening to you as well. Welcome in from Poland, Taki. Mitchell, good evening. Call of Elder Baron, welcome from Massachusetts. Good evening. So let me timestamp this real quick. Good evening. 6:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, November 24th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Axis, John, G-Ball, Up North, Tickets, welcoming from Windsor, Ontario. Great to see you in here as well. So XRP right now, I got 23 minutes until the daily close. The most important thing here today is in the daily time frame. We retake right here. We want to retake this 618. We have a nice, it looks like I guess you could call it an inverted hammer candle here. And as long as we hold the 618, that's a beautiful close tonight. We're just over it. So that would be more of a, let's cut to Wings game. Hey, you never know. You never know. I love, welcome in from the Netherlands. Appreciate you. Terry, welcome in. Holloman boys, good evening. And yes, please hit that like button. I'm surprised we have as many people as we do here tonight. I just figured it would be, I'm going to get through this in fair fashion. We won't be here for an hour or anything like that because I'm in the middle of stuff. But I did want to come through before the daily close and at least do 15, 20 minutes and get on the same page. So the most important thing here is XRP, that 618 level would be a perfect close. We're just over 62 cents. And then we can work through it universally, or unilaterally, I guess we could say. We're trying to finish off this W reversal. We close over 618. That's the next step to continue our bullish narrative here. And then we would need to get up to the rising channel resistance at around the 6.4. I've been saying like the 6.4, I guess we could say 6.47, but it just depends where you're at. I've been saying 6.46. But we just need to get on top of that rising channel resistance. Rock and XRP Painter, you sure did make it. I appreciate you tuning in. Axis, welcome. Alkamar, is that right? Alkamar. JW, good evening, my friend. I appreciate you. As always, I hope you're having a blessed holiday weekend here. So that rising channel resistance, we break that. That would be our first signal that we're going to go up. And not just likely to 75 cents, but we've cleared out this entire row with that fake out. So if we do move up and we do get back on the top side of town here, we very well could make that run out to 85 cents. That's what I'm targeting. If we can break out, if we lose the descending channel, I would be targeting 52 cent area, 52.5 cents. It just makes perfect sense. Eric, good evening. Welcome, and I hope you're having a blessed day, my friend. And we want to make sure we get on top of this so that we don't rotate down and then start forcing this pattern down. Because this, if it fails here, this looks like a double top with the right arm now. So if this fails here and you get rejected, let's just say up here, because it looks like we're going to come up here and at least meet our destiny at 646 and see, in fact, if we would get rejected or we would continue up and have a continuation. These descending channels, those are bullish, bull flag consolidations. These are usually used as a bullish continuation. However, if you fall below it, it would be a breakdown and it could be used as a reversal. Most of the reversal happens as it's getting its consolidation within this descending channel. So very easily identifiable with the parallel lower highs and lower lows. So that's what we've been doing throughout this entire pattern. This is the first time that we've come through and we've tried to make a new high here. as far as not making a new lower high. This would be our first chance where if we could come up, maybe not today, but on the next candle, we could start making another high that's not a lower high in the dailies. So we still have work to do. We would need to come back up here and try to reverse this fate. But as you can see in the 4 hourly, we have reversed that death cross. Now we're coming back up for some support. And right now we're holding that 615. It's been supporting it. It hasn't even come all the way down. Now we're going to try to rotate back up if this is going to be used as a W reversal. The neckline right now, it's very important you hold that 615, and that is the new support because that's the neckline in this W reversal. You don't really want to come down here. You can. It's not breaking anything, but you'd like to stay a little bit higher at that neckline. So, I mean, a lot of optimism that can be had, but you also have to pay attention to the fact that crypto is very volatile. And as we see with Bitcoin, Bitcoin's trying to put in a bullish thesis as well here going into 7 p.m. on the daily close. Please make sure to hit that like button. 68 people watching now, only 29 likes. We can do better than that. The more likes we put in, the more we push through the algorithm and the analytics, and the more people reach this beautiful community. If you don't want to, you can always circumvent hitting the like button by sending a YouTube super chat or joining Tom's Army. Nobody's done that on Thanksgiving or today. So if you want to be the first to do that, by all means, send a donation on this holiday season. But really, you can just hit that like button. 30, Sean says, beautiful. Some have started to hit that like button. That's the greatest gift of all when you watch my content. I don't charge anybody for anything. I show you how to build a portfolio for free. You know, all I really ask is to hit that like button. I'm also teaching everybody how to build their own central banks. So, Sean, welcome, and hopefully you're having a blessed night there in Maine, my friend. So, 37,980 is the next level we're trying to break. However, in the daily time frame, we're actually in a pretty good spot right now. We have an inverted hammer for sure here on Bitcoin, and we only need to close above 37,650. That would be a new high on this next candle, and these inverted hammers are very bullish continuation candles. I know it doesn't seem like it because of the wicks, but these are actually showing signs of strength, a lot of signs. So we look like we've got that cleared at 37,648 right now. Right now, Bitcoin's up at 37,728, so it would take a little bit of work right now to come back down. Not saying it's impossible, because you could start out with a squeeze. This is a bearish candle here in the 4 hourly. I mean, it's not overtly bearish, but we did technically make a new low, but we came right back up. And now it's kind of in the middle. I don't know why that is. I don't know, Julie, those things are weird. Take the battery out. Put it outside. Can we start a Telegram group and do video chatting? Well, I mean, I at a time I did a Discord and it got screwed up because people wanted to do the wrong things. So I just ended it. And then in the Telegram, I do have a Telegram, but again, people started doing the wrong things in there. So I had to not abandon it, but I had to give it a rework. And members of Tom's Army get the Telegram if they send me an email. It's not because they have to join Tom's Army to get in there. It's for paying it forward. It's the only way I could keep the spam out. But, you know, the Telegram is, I like it. It's just we had a lot of people that tried to turn it into something that I didn't want it to be. And then they started to make it their own identity. And then they started to act like they were going to, it was just a big mess. But yeah, there is a Telegram that I'm reworking now. And it's been probably 8 months in the process because I was trying to get rid of some of the people that I knew were problems. And now slowly but surely it's building back up. But there actually is a Telegram. There's, I don't know, 122 people in here still. We talk, but not as often as I would like because I had to rework it. But that's definitely there. I think it's a great way for all of us to stay connected. It's just unfortunately when you bring in a bunch of people that might have their own ulterior motives. Most of the people, the biggest problem was people would go in there. Oh, that would be great, Eric. That'd be fantastic, actually. But people would come in and what they used it for was a way to start their own Telegrams and then thinking they're going to get famous on social media or something by just stealing my audience, which there's only a couple hundred people in there at any given time. That's not how you do it. You got to do it your own way. You got to make your own thing. You're not supposed to steal from other people. You're supposed to be gracious to be let in. and then you can build beyond that. But people are trying to turn it into their own, I think, way of making a bunch of money and not understanding that you can't just go into it thinking you're going to make a bunch of money. You actually have to put something productive out there, or else no one's going to listen. 37,980 though is the big point for Bitcoin. Right now, if Bitcoin were to pull up just a little bit higher, we could have still made this. It's not terribly overtly bearish. It's just we have to get on top of 37,980. But at least in the daily, we have stayed upon and made another inverted hammer here back to back. Eventually, this will lead to a parabolic spike. And for Bitcoin, if it does at any point close over that, I like to say 38,000. It seems like it's just a better area to close there. But if we do, I'll just keep it where I had it just because there was a reason. But 38,000, that's where I had it. But 38,000, if we can continue to move up and hold that area, our technical target now is 42,706 with Bitcoin. If we play it true, we came out of the broadening wedge, fulfilled that initial target. Now, if you get on top of here, you can finish out the rest of the pattern. The initial target up was to hit here, and that's where you can get a rejection. Now, if you want to do more than a rejection, that's why I have two different targets. And then a third target, if you break down, then you'd have to come back to the bottom of the wedge. Anything that goes up must come down in the same move if it doesn't fulfill it to the upside. JIOV, thank you for rejoining Tom's Army for a 27th month, or renewing it for a 27th month. Got the 2-year badge and then some. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. And I want to read what you put at the end of that as well. Looks like a Proverbs, but I gotta see it again. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Does that make sense to everybody watching? Bitcoin's exactly where it needs to be right now. I think I missed somebody sent a $10 donation, didn't they? Let me get on my phone. Quick question on XRP. Hold on one sec. I gotta pay my respect to who sent that. I just didn't apparently click on it in time. If I had Harvey Boy, thank you for the $10 donation. I really, 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 really appreciate that gesture, my friend. I really do. Thank you for paying it forward. And JROV, thank you for joining for 27 months in Tom's Army. Proverbs 3:5-6. Amen. Thank you. Thank you very much. Then I'll get to the rest of the comments too once. So, Tom, quick question on XRP. XRP, AMM, and LP. What the hell does that mean? That's funny. That train won't shut off. But yeah, that's XRP. That's exactly what I'm saying with XRP and Bitcoin. Do you think staking and dividends on liquidity pool will be beneficial? No. I don't like staking. I don't like staking and dividends. It forces them to come up with a way they now have to invest user funds in a very risky way to come up with that collateral. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's the first sign to me that an exchange, if they start staking and paying, you can't do it. You can't pay dividends. There's no earnings. There's no earnings on crypto. You can't pay dividends. If they start paying dividends, it's one foot in the grave. Just like staking, there's no earnings. So you're staking, and then that means you have to charge user fees at a higher level to get the staking funds. That's just a no-win situation. Or in the way of Binance, you have to create a false stablecoin, as in the BUSD, to fund your staking and to fund your lack of liquidity. That's another no-no, and that's another way to get out of that. I don't like exchanges personally to hold my money that offer staking. That's why I like Uphold. They used to do it, but they quickly found out they couldn't do it because they don't have the liquidity and the ability to draw up fake liquidity, because they actually transport precious metals across the globe. They have to have a certain collateral on the hand. They've got to have a certain liquidity pool that's already there that they can attack. They can't just have a fake liquidity pool because they have a special license. So as far as having like that kind of stuff, I don't like when they have staking and that, because then they have to come up with, and it's just too much to come up with. So yeah, in the future, it's going to bite them. XLM. Oh, we'll shut it off after. XLM looks like in the daily, it's 2. This looks like an inverted hammer. That does not, and design, people might think that's bearish because of the big wick down. But honestly, the thing that's the most bearish about it is you got rejected at the daily time frame here. But it could be signaling the first step of the reversal here. That next candle very well could pull us outside of here. It's very tricky because that's in the same descending style channel, except it had a bigger wick, so we looked at it in a different way like this than XRP. But if I didn't know any better, it almost looks like, yeah, we're overtly bearish, it looks like, but at any given time, if we get any kind of volume spike, it could break. It's just, if we don't get this proper push and we do get rejected here and now it comes back down, XLM could very well be in a spot where it's got to come all the way back down to 11.3 and try to retest that area. And if that's the case, you know, that would mean that the overall market probably didn't pan out the way it wanted to. So we're in a very dicey spot here. Even this is a long leg doji in the 4-hourly. Well, not quite, but close. It's a question I've been often asking myself, JW. Opinion, maybe not popular. IOTA's going somewhere bigger than most think. And that's why they won't let U.S. citizens hold it. I still don't understand why. IOTA's been on there since 21 for me to see, but they won't let me buy it because of where I live. I've contacted them as many times and as many people as I can think of, and they won't give me an answer of why we can't buy it in the USA. IOTA's my number 1 that I don't have. And it's my number, probably, if I had to rate it, XRP, just because of the allure, because I'm the XRP future millionaire. It's allowed me to talk to each and every one of you. So XRP is obviously, for more reasons than one, my numero uno. The on-demand liquidity, may I say more. Number 2, and it might surprise some people, because of how in front it is in the Internet of Things, I have a very hard time saying whether it's actually XRP, XLM, XDC as my top 3, or if I go XRP, IOTA, XLM, XDC. That's my problem. I can tell you it's in my top 5, top 3, likely top 2. And then DGB's on the outside looking in, but not because it's a bad thing. At number 5, DGB is just where it should be in my own playbook. It's just, there's reasons why I have it valued where I do, and that's part of the Internet of Things. It piggybacks off of IOTA. JIOV, I think I read that correctly, but I don't think I read that correctly. So I'm going to wait for somebody to comment so I can see that donation. I'm pretty sure I read it correctly, and it was in red, so that means it's a more hefty donation. So I already thank you for that very, very generous donation before I can even see it again. Take the wife out for dinner tonight. JIOV, $99.99 donation. I greatly appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that. Wow. That's incredibly generous of you. And you've been a member of Tom's Army for over 2 years, as we know already as well. And we know that because you have the 2-year badge, the emoji badge of not me being abducted by aliens, but me finally reaching the process of reaching that 589 planet, which the reason I made that from 21 after the 2 years is that everybody said we were going to $589 because the Simpsons said so at the end of 23. And I said, no, based on the charts, more like 0.589. Now, are we closer to $589 or 59 cents? Well, seeing that we're at 62.2 cents, I'd say if we were just paying attention to what I am, we would be doing a hell of a lot better. All of you are doing a heck of a lot better. I'm doing better because of all of you. Bill, welcome in. Free toast, good evening. But IOTA, for me, I think because it's in the Internet of Things and it'll help run this new smart, whatever we do, smart city, smart, the smart, I don't know how to properly put it. It's not a bad thing, but I don't use them, but the smart houses and the smart cities and anything that connects to a smart, it's going to be the new Internet. We'll just call it it's the IoT, the Internet of Things, but anything that runs that sector is going to explode exponentially coming into 27 and 8. I know it seems like a long way away, but I was saying it in 21. Does 2028 seem far from there? Sure. But we're about to be 24 now. 24 to 28 is not that low. It's basically the amount we went from 21 to 24 to 24 to 27, and then we're knocking down the doors. Love Quant. Quant makes this whole thing wrong, Donald. And I've been very transparent about that. If Quant wasn't so expensive, I would own it. But Quant is the solo thing that makes all of this run. Without Quant, you don't have XRP. You don't have crypto in the way it is. You don't have the I think a lot of people need to look at Quant for what it is. It's basically like the groundwork to make all of this work. So you need something to bring it all together. Quant. Quant is one in the future. We don't know how high it's going to go, but there's no doubt in my mind Quant's going to be like an Ethereum and those several $1,000s at some point. It has to be. And like the one thing that would help with Quant, the circulating supply. If you want to compare it to something like XRP and say that that's why XRP can get up like this, I want you to understand there's nothing that you can even compare. Nothing. The current supply is 14.54 million. XRP has 54 billion right now. There's only going to be the current is 12 million. The total is what is it? Well, now Quant is on the decline, but the current circulating supply. I want to know the max circulating supply. But you can already see it's a major difference. So everybody who talks on social media and says that XRP can get here because of Quant's max circulating supply is 14.61 million. That's it. To put it in perspective, Bitcoin's circulating supply, this might shock a few people, 19.5. So does that mean Quant technically could draw from a liquidity pool and get a massive price increase? You better believe it. Ethereum, and this is why you can't compare Ethereum to XRP or Bitcoin, 120 million. So how can you compare apples to oranges? So whenever somebody uses the argument, well, XRP is going to get there because Ethereum did, and if Bitcoin can do it, XRP can do it, and if Quant's doing it, why the hell can't XRP? It's simple. Circulating supply. You will never achieve these levels as long as these other tokens are around when they're taking up. Oh, Ethereum can add it. Yes. I didn't say it was the max circulating supply. Unlike with Bitcoin and the other ones, they can add. But do you really think they're going to go over 120 million? That's technically supposed to be their max, unless they draw it up. But still, let's say they add a couple 100 million. You're talking about 54 billion to, let's say, 250 million in that scenario. It doesn't equate. You can't draw from the same price increase for XRP by using Ethereum and Bitcoin as your go-to. That's one thing that's always rubbed me the wrong way with other YouTubers. This is my field. This is my thing. But it rubs me the wrong way when people lie. You know what it is? These YouTubers don't understand circulating supply. They don't understand what it means that you have to push $1 billion, or what is it? $54 billion. $54 billion. Yes, law, doc, self-monitoring, analysis, and reporting technology. Thank you for that. That's the smart. So, in order to run all that, you got things like IOTA, Theta, Filecoin, VeChain, Digibyte. I'm missing one. Or maybe I'm not. There's got to be one I'm missing. Smaller one. AGI is part. I think they're part of the AI side. I guess you could kind of but that's more AI. So when you start talking about circulating supply, I think a lot of people just don't understand circulating supply. Like Solo's around 500 million for the max, or 600, and Corium's 500. You got to swap each of them. One's 500, one's 600 million for Corium and Solo. But Solo right now had a nice parabolic spike, I guess you could call it. And now it's come down and it's trying to retest. If you get a rejection here, it's going to be very bearish at 11.5 and it'll come back in. We've never retested this breakout of what was a bear flag. So would it be uncommon for it to come down here? Probably not. Does it have to? Absolutely not. So, ZIL, it's not technically a smart one. ZIL is more on top of like the whole meme side. So not just meme side, but virtual, like a virtual currency within like a virtual arena. ZIL's light years ahead of anybody else on the market. I don't even care. Some people say Gala. I think they should take a look. Gala Games. I think they need to take a look at ZIL and see that Zaliqua, what they've built for that. Let's just say you get plugged into the stratosphere and you're plugged into the AI. ZIL is the leading front with that kind of stuff. And it's so far ahead at adapting it into the terms of being in the virtual world. They're basically got that whole virtual sphere by the Groteskies. So, and then Corium is working on what we were talking about with Solo. Corium came up and then it had to retest the breakout point. This is likely what we're waiting for Solo if it's going to come all the way down. If Corium holds this, you're going to be looking at a move up here to about 13.4. It's just, there's no other way to put it. And it's going to retest that daily resistance. So, but that's basically, this is everything I've been trying to get out today. So is there anything else that you have a question about? We'll go back to XRP because the daily close was a nice one at least. We've already looked there. Oh, yeah, HBAR. I want to look at HBAR real quick. 626. HBAR's bounce. I mean, it's basically done exactly what we've talked about. If it wants to take the up route. Now our next goal, because we've had a golden cross, we came back down and retested the 573. Now we need to come up here and hold that 6.7, or even if we pull it out here to like 6.79, 6.8. That's our next layer for HBAR. And that looks like a bull flag forming. As well as a much wider, maybe W reversal, and a wider cup and handle from August, and then even earlier, way back here, you have a big handle from February, a cup that could create that handle now. So we'll see what it has in store, and then let's look at XRP one more time before I leave. So XRP, and I appreciate everybody who's tuned in tonight. 89 people here, 73 likes. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. If you appreciate what I do, hit that subscribe button and join the over 19,300 subscribers. I would greatly appreciate that. If you're looking to trade XRP, you can look in the my video descriptions. You can look in the description of this live, and it'll show you ways to trade XRP the way I do. So you're going to have to do the work because I don't really have anything above just a way to get there. So XRP did have the close over 618, which I'm very happy about. It looks like a nice candle close. Now, if we can put some pressure in here, this could turn into be a very big inverted hammer. Let's just say this breaks up, and all of a sudden you get an extension out closer to 6. This could turn into a very wide reversal here. It all comes down to this candle. If it gets rejected here, you'll see us pull through 618, and unfortunately, you would see us come down towards that 593 today, likely. Today's daily or tomorrow's daily, sometime during this weekend on a thinly traded weekend, it would prove it's a fake out if it is. Other than that, you should rotate up if it stays true to that 646 to come, or 648 to come to that resistance. Now 646 for that resistance. If we start to see, we can get a first look. If this starts breaking down, I would expect it to come likely maybe to 615 again. It just seems like it's trying to work towards there. It doesn't have to. But if we break down the 615 and ultimately you see us come below 606, prepare for a death drop. Let's just call it. So it's going to be dicey. It's going to be dicey. End of the week, and Julie, listen to this. Gold closed over $2,000 on the week for the first time in I don't even know how long. But we have a daily close over 2,000. It closed up $10 on the day, up at 2,002 for the per ounce right now. And silver closed the week up 2.01%, up 47 cents to $24.30 an ounce. Beautiful closes for them. As the U.S. dollar currency index, which apparently it took off my chart, which am I surprised that they would do that? No. That's why I always say if you're using this, I would not advise you to pay the $800 a year that they try to charge for this. They have a Black Friday special, but it's normally supposedly $827 for premium. It's $240. I wouldn't pay that. I wouldn't pay that. And I also wouldn't pay the $140 for the essential. Just because it's proved to me that over the years, they're starting to turn more towards the money side of it instead of just being transparent with their users. You can tell what they've switched a lot of their key features to where now they put a paywall behind it. So I do this the best I can to show everybody how to do this without having to spend a red cent. That's how I do my stuff. I show my technical analysis without having to go behind any kind of paywalls, so that no matter if you're the richest or poorest person in the world, as long as you have technology, you can use this without having to pay over the top. That's why I like to show it the way I do. The DXY had a poor close. I won't say a terrible close, only because we have another, could be forming a triple bottom here in the dailies, but not a good close by any means. No topward pressure, all downside. I would expect this to continue on the 102 spot 89 and see what we do from there. That's my personal interpretation or anticipation. And then last but not least, the total crypto market cap is at 1.4 trillion. Is XRP getting ready to break down, or total crypto market getting ready to break down or break out? Nice inverted hammer yesterday. Now, if we can overtake this wick at 1.426, this is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. If you don't retake this and you start breaking down towards the daily and you lose 1.352, it's going to be very hard for these pivot points to hold again. And it would more than likely come down and retest the breakout, a very long breakout point that goes all the way back to 21. So eventually, if we don't get a big parabolic spike, we're going to have to retest where I drew that yellow line. So I'm XRP Future Millionaire. Thank you all for tuning in. Please make sure to hit that like button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't done so already. Share this on social media. And then if you want to, you can always send a YouTube super chat or join Tom's Army. But really, the only thing I ask for is for us to hit that like button. The market closed at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the flip of the clock happened for crypto. They don't close. But like the stock market, it closed at early today. The stock market closed a lot earlier this morning. It closed at, I believe, I don't think it was 2. I think it might have closed around 12 today or 1 p.m. I know it wasn't typical trading day today. It closed at the latest, it was 2, which means after hours would have brought you to probably 5 or 6 instead of 8. So after hours are closed now in the markets because of a holiday shortened week. Even though it came back online today, it shut down early, the stock market. But other than that, that's what I got, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Have a blessed weekend, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.